everyone, welcome back. Looks like we might be starting our next Smash match very soon. So we'll do some quick introduction once again. So I'm Matt Williamson.
I'm Corey McFan.
I'm Jacqueline Lauer.
Okay. And you're still watching Marietta College Esports. But yes, the Pioneers are going to be going up against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. Trying to get a little closer here. Hello. I need a bigger camera. Yeah, but they're playing against Mount Vernon Nazarene University in the GLEC. They are a really good team. They have competed for the GLEC finals on several occasions. So it'll be interesting to see how the Pioneers do. They did fall to Bethel 2-0, but we did see in that last game that Cheshire is really starting to come online with that Bowser. So we'll see if that momentum carries over in the match against Mount Vernon Nazarene.
New match, fresh start.
There you go. So let's go over a couple quick announcements while we're waiting to see what goes on in the lobby. So we go to the that's the lobby.
My bad.
No, that's fine.
Well,
there we go. So you're going to hear some game music in the background. That's fine. We're fine with that. So first, want to give a shout out to HyperX for being the official peripheral sponsor for Marietta College Esports. They have provided our facility with keyboards, mice, headsets, mouse pads, microphones. The quality is great. So if you want to get your own HyperX gear, please be sure to go to hyperx.gg/MariettaES. The QR code is up on your screen. Next, we'll give a shout out to Over the Moon Pizza for their support. Every Tuesday, they do a Marietta College night on their restaurant on Front Street, Marietta, where you can get pizza and drinks and brownies and all sorts of goodies for good prices. They'll have their Switch up where you can play some games, and you can play some Mario Kart or some Super Smash, and they air our matches on their televisions. And since we do have live matches again, you can go watch our Over team that plays Tuesday evening. So you can go cheer them on, cheer Corey, as they're doing very well in there. But yeah, we want to give a thanks to HyperX, of course HyperX, and Over the Moon for their support. Looks like we may be starting up soon, so we'll maybe try to cover a few other announcements after the game.
Okay.
So it looks like that Marietta is going to lead with the... That reminds me, we need to go over the roster again.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do at the start.
Sorry, I completely forgot about that. My bad. Real quickly, we have leading off sophomore Zach Lane the Weed.
Wait, they're starting?
Go ahead. Go ahead. We know that Zach Lane the Weed is starting off and bringing out the Byleth instead of Little Mac this time against... Okay, for a second
Sonic.
I thought it was Shadow, but it's Sonic.
Yeah. It's Sonic's Shadow skin.
Yeah. Okay, so what does this matchup look like?
Well, Zach has commented before that he's not a fan of playing against Sonics. And Sonic is definitely leaning into their homing attack and being able to control that. As you can see, like, there's a lot of control that Sonic has. And he does carry over that speed from his games. I think he is the fastest, and he's one of the smaller characters, so he has a smaller smaller hitbox than some characters. And it looks like he's going for something with the juggling technique. There's the homing attack, but looks like he canceled out of it, so Byleth hit him with the glaive. But it looks like that Sonic is going with his smash attacks in order to knock Byleth off the stage and get that stock off.
Right away, I'm seeing Sonic as a very, very fast-moving character.
Of course, yeah.
It seems like he takes a lot of skill and precision to play.
Oh, definitely. I've tried playing Sonic before, and he is a very difficult character to learn. He has a very high skill ceiling, I would say.
It seems like if you master him, then you're very dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. But a lot of that moveset comes with the movement, so at one misinput with the button, and it's very hard to recover.
And just like that, they tie it up on stock.
Yep. And Sonic is a light character, which is where he gets his speed and his jumpiness. So if there's a person who can easily grab Sonic out of his attacks, or him just running around, and launch him with throws, that can be a viable strategy.
Before Sonic's landing quite a few hits, getting the lead off the platform, so down to the last stock.
But it looks like Sonic, while he's trying to be above Violet's starting to learn. And nearly getting off that axe attack. That axe attack, very powerful. It's very hard to get off, but it is a near almost KO once you're above 20%.
But if you miss it, it looks like you're very vulnerable, especially against fast-moving characters like Sonic.
Yep, it's the give and take with each and every move. Quicker moves tend to do weaker damage, but they have they have like really quick cooldowns. Looks like Sonic is once again trying to get that homing attack, which he does get off. Violet grapples back onto the stage and throws Sonic up into the air, but it looks like the drag down was just missed. Sonic going for another grab, goes for a homing attack to knock Violet off, and trying to edge guard, but failing.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing the Weed's strategy when off the platform is trying to maximize the amount of distance to grab back on. That way, because otherwise if he's too close, Sonic might try to go for like a down smash to get him off the platform for good.
Yep, which you can see was just right there. There's the glaive, there's the bow trying to hit. Oh man.
Great hit. Good recovery from the Sonic.
Yeah, but it looks like, will the juggle strategy, will Violet be able to get down that drag down? Nope. Going for that bow or that glaive, but oh, they're chasing each other off, and it looks like
used the up B in the wrong place and just not able to recover.
Not able to use a side B to get that extra distance. Nope.
However, he was able to take one stock off of the Sonic, almost a second one.
Alright, now we're getting things set up for the second one. Let's go back to the starting lineup now that we have a minute to go over there. So we just saw sophomore Zach Lane, the Weed, start off on the Violet. And then it looks like it's going to be our captain freshman, Mason Rice Cheshire, playing next as the pivot. And then an anchor will
Bowser.
And then an anchor will be freshman Peyton Angle, Ginger Ale. And then, of course, we have our head coach, Derek Games, which is he's just kind of cheering off to the side. We can go back to the lobby now. You can kind of see him on the camera. But, yeah, you can kind of see them over there. But.
Oh, he's going with the red Bowser skin. That's why he went to change.
Now, going the slow-paced, like, hard-hitting Bowser against, like, a really fast-paced character, once again, it did go well for them in the last match against Bethel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, against Yoshi, yep. I think that what Cheshire is going to try to maximize is the use of super armor that Bowser has, which after or before certain moves, there's times where hits won't make a character flinch or take their hurt animations. So there goes Sonic, taking his stock off. There's the taunts, and they're off. And Bowser able to shield very quickly. And it looks like Bowser's trying to go for that strategy of running off of the stage to try to get Sonic to chase him.
That's a pretty risky move to be hovering by the edge like that.
Now he's finally got some damage on Sonic, but Sonic has been really quick with him. And Sonic is still using that recovery very well and did not get that perfect dodge off. And it looks like there's the misinput with the air dodge instead of the up B. But it looks like they're all tied up now. They're just trading blows right now. Nothing too big happening. There's a homing attack.
Trying to go for the up smash, didn't connect.
It looks like that Cheshire keeps attacking a bit too early with Bowser and is now going for that chase with the forward air and got the up A right. That hurt box was... It seemed a bit unfair, honestly.
It did not look like that connected at all, but I mean, crazy things happen sometimes.
The game says otherwise.
Yeah, the game says otherwise.
I've said that in numerous games where people are like, well, this didn't happen. Well, the game says it does, so we're just gonna go with it.
Looks like Sonic is still launching Bowser all over the stage. Being relentless, but Cheshire is pretty good at recovering. It's so weird because now the game music has gone silent. I think it's because it's played too long. And there's the recovery from Bowser. And doing a bit of damage and trying to get off that smash attack.
He was trying to read when Sonic was going to get back on the platform, but it was just a little too early.
Oh,
it was a good try. And just like that, it takes him down without dropping any other stock.
Only losing one stock in that matchup. And taking down Mount Vernon's first player.
Now it's relatively even. So now the question is going to be, what will
Mount Union go with?
Mount Vernon, but
Mount Vernon, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We got too many mounts. We got Mount Union, we got Mount Vernon Nazarene.
It's a bit confusing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Half the time, I'm not even 100% sure of the name of the school we're playing against.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a highlighted message.
Yeah, shout outs going out to the Cheshire, playing very well on the Bowser.
Nearly tying it up. So far, this is a very close matchup for Marietta.
The question... Now, we don't know what else Mount Vernon Nazarene plays, so it's going to be anyone's guess of what they'll bring as their next character.
Well, they've been the ones who've been into the finals. It looks like they're still sticking with Small Battlefield, though.
I'm still just waiting to see what the selections are. Oh, I think Mount Vernon Nazarene's ready.
Change sides.
Oh,
Yeah, that's...
changing the battlefield to Final Destination. They have a Shulk.
Sides real quick.
Yep.
A Shulk. So what are Shulk's strengths?
Shulk, I know he has a gimmick. I'll give it my all. Shulk has a gimmick of the different spells. Looks like they're not going with the taunt, they're just going with, like, there's the taunt.
Okay.
And they immediately went with speed, so Shulk can immediately boost anything that they do with their gimmick. I don't know if it's like a spell thing. But now they're going with Buster, which I believe boosts their special moves, or any moves that deal with their Buster Sword. And they are immediate. It looks like part of their strategy is like getting the speed up and getting that. And there's their smash attacks up. They are. So they're very skilled at already getting off that. Getting off their spells, and they immediately got that stock off of Cheshire. But looks like Cheshire is learning very quickly and going for chasing that Shulk off and getting that stock.
Yeah, he needs to, because he's down to his last one, so trying to get a couple stock off Shulk would be very advantageous.
the thing is with this Shulk, they are already very predictable. They are already only going with their speed, Buster, and Smash, and then their jump was used once. Their jump was used twice, but they're specifically going with those. They're specifically going with aggressive moves, and if Bowser is able to use their up A out of the shield.
Oh, he's still alive!
Yeah, that's the super armor. I think their shield that Shulk is trying to use. Smash attacks are now up, but there's the up A that gets the Shulk down. Buster and Smash attacks are up. They wasted their Buster to replace it with Smash immediately, so their Buster now has to recharge. There's the launch of Bowser, but that was a fantastic game from Cheshire's point.
It did look like Shulk hit a spike on Bowser, sending him straight down, but Bowser bounced back off the stage, saving his last stock, giving him the opportunity to take another stock off of Shulk.
Yeah, which is very much because it's now still very close to one stock differential. So it's going to be up to Ginger Ale to see if they can close it out and take the first game.
This is still 100% doable for Marietta. It has been close, back and forth between Mount Vernon and Marietta all series so far. As me on the edge of my seat, I want to know what happens next.
Well, we're going to find out.
We've still got the Shulk, and then we've got one more player to go through.
And you know what's coming out. You know what's going to come.
Oh, maybe not.
No, never mind. I mean, Gangplank Galleon is great, too. Yeah, they're all great.
Well, we thought we were going to hear some DK rap.
I don't think you can go wrong with any Nintendo music, to be fair.
No, you can't.
It's got a great March beat to it.
Maybe that's what we need to play during all of our intermission stuff, like a bunch of Nintendo music, because we're not going to get copyright infringement on those stuff. Well, never mind, it's Nintendo.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's Nintendo. You never know what they're going to take. Are we player one? Yeah, we're player one. I got to swap back sides.
No problem.
They're making it confusing on me.
So the big thing is, can Ginger Ale take down the last stock for Shulk?
Ginger Ale already ready to start fighting. I think that Ginger Ale is gonna... Shulk going with the speed and going for running off of the stage with the edge. I think that they were trying to go for an edge attack. Now they've got the Buster Sword attacks boosted, but Corrin's not getting any close combat with him. Corrin is staying away and using her own speed to just stay away. But there's the launches. But there's the up B. And that smash attack missed. And looks like... Oh, Corrin's trying to now... Corrin's now throwing out counters, which Shulk may be aware of to not hit... Oh, but there's... Oh! Oh, yeah. I think there's something with time similar to Bayonetta. Oh!
Yeah, Shulk has yeah, Shulk has some ways of manipulating and predicting time. That's kind of his character.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever played Xenoblade. It's a really fun game. Although I haven't played the sequel or the third one.
I'll need to look into it.
Yeah, they actually came out with a remastered. They originally came out for the Wii, but they came out with a remastered version for the Switch.
Oh, nice.
His sword kind of reminds me of Cloud a little bit, not gonna lie.
It is. The character is very similar in structure to Cloud. They call it the Monado, actually, and it's a special type of. So the story is actually more about the weapon as much as the character.
And then there's the time again. The only character that I can really remember that was like that is Bayonetta, who has Witch Time, which I believe is a counter. So that might be Shulk's counter working in action after seeing Corrin try and fail to use her counter so many times.
Yeah, unfortunately getting knocked off too far from the platform and not being able to recover, and that does mean that Mount Vernon Nazarene will take the first game, 4 stock remaining to 0.
It was a very close game, though.
Oh yeah, very back and forth. So, I mean, even though the final score is 0-4, I mean, it was still very close. It was just Shulk performing very well in that last matchup.
Yeah.
No.
And again, you have said that Mount Vernon has gone to finals.
Yeah, so the fact that they were able to get it to that close in the first game is very good. I mean, we're seeing improvement from the team already.
Yeah.
All right, so while we're waiting, let's try to do a couple quick announcements since we didn't get a chance to do any. So we already did. Let's go ahead and just thank everyone once again for earlier this week during our 15-hour stream during Day of Giving. We raised $1,115 with 25 donors. And we also won a competition with the other varsity athletic teams for the highest alumni participation. That's one of the perks about being a new program. You don't have a lot of alumni yet that are part of the program, so it doesn't take many to have a high participation rate. So we won an extra $1,000 for that. So we raised over $2,000, which is a big step towards our goal of getting a couple more computers for our facility. But there are still ways to continue supporting, whether it's through giving or through bits or even through subscriptions. So we thank you all for your subs. Now, if you're not in a position to subscribe, that's perfectly fine. But there is this feature if you have Amazon Prime, where if you have that, you can get Prime Gaming by connecting a Twitch account to your Prime Amazon Prime account for free, which gives you Prime Gaming, which gives you all sorts of perks.
And I believe that's a free subscription every month.
Yeah. So, I mean, not only can you get, like, free in-game items for certain games, not only could you get free games for certain titles, but you get a free sub that you can use every month to any channel of your choice at no extra cost to you. So you can use your Prime Gaming sub for our channel, or you can use it for someone else, or you can use it on our channel.
Or you can use it on our channel.
Exactly. The only thing that makes it different from like a normal Twitch sub is you have to manually renew it every 30 days. A Twitch subscription normally automatically renews, but a Prime Gaming sub does not. Now, what do you get for subscribing to our channel? Because we got to give you something in return. You get instant access to our VODs. So we'll have our Twitch VODs up shortly after the broadcast. We do put them up on YouTube later. Takes maybe about a week or so, just depending on how many matches we've had. We try to put out one match a day on there. So we do provide our content for free. You just might have to wait a little bit longer, but if you want to access it instantly, you can subscribe. You also get our emotes. Go ahead, yeah. And you get emotes courtesy of our communication brand management department. You can see them there. Thanks. Cheer on the team. But now we're going to see Rosalina for Mount Vernon Nazarene, and Cheshire is going to be leading off in this game.
So once again, it's a battle between the Mario characters. And Rosalina has now lost her Luma, so part of Rosalina's gimmick is the Luma can act like an automatic shield for a lot of things and do a little bit extra damage. It will come back after a while.
It's not like Ice Climbers, where one of the Ice Climbers is gone and you're just kind of stuck.
Well, yeah, but at least the Luma can come back to Rosalina.
Yeah, definitely utilizing that Luma to put some damage onto Cheshire.
Absolutely. And it looks like that Cheshire recognizes how dangerous that Luma being there can be. And they're already both at very high percentages. And that Rosalina just misses the edge.
Button. It should be that one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I got it. It's fixed. Don't worry.
bad.
You're good.
Clicking the wrong buttons.
So instinctual. Oh!
Okay. Now we can press that button.
Yeah, now.
Okay. Now, interesting to lose a different color. I haven't played Rosalina a lot. Does the color of the Luma make a difference?
I don't think so. I think it's just to represent all the different Lumas that you can get in Mario Galaxy, but I think the yellow one specifically lasts the longest because it is the classic Luma. But it's not like Olimar's Pikmin, which each one has a different ability.
So long train back and forth.
And once again, they're getting like a bunch of the jabs off, and Rosalina, being a floaty character, can recover.
Oh! That was unfortunate.
Very unlucky for Cheshire right there.
But
Another misinput.
That maybe that was good sportsmanship. I don't know, but
I don't think that was a homie stock, but now it's even, neck and neck. And Rosalina is once again trying to get all that extra damage off that she can to Bowser. That Luma doing extra damage when Bowser gets close.
Yeah, just getting very close back and forth. Bowser at 84.7%.
But there's the Luma gone, and Rosalina could easily be... Oh!
Unfortunately, Cheshire will go down, but does get Rosalina down to stock in the process. Well, technically one, and then there was a misinput or something. I don't know what happened, but we'll take it. But down to one stock.
I think both stocks that Rosalina lost there were misinputs because they were both trying like recoveries or something like that and just missed the stage.
Oh yeah, that one I remember. Yeah, it kind of flew underneath the stage.
Well, one of them was because Bowser, I think, was blocking it specifically, and Rosalina had to go off a bit too much to the side in order to avoid any attacks.
So here's a question I've been meaning to ask that I haven't done so yet, because I know there's a lot of talk about edge guarding and like trying to prevent other people getting on the platform. What's the rules about edge guarding, or are there rules about edge guarding?
There are no rules about edge guarding except using the Luigi down taunt to edge guard is the reason why online does not allow taunts. Edge guarding is basically when people guard the edge and like use attacks to kind of make sure that there's this hurt area that if someone tries to get up, they are immediately pushed back off that stage. And sometimes you have characters that can spot dodge through and get behind characters who are edge guarding.
Okay.
It does look like the weed is bringing out Byleth once again against the Rosalina.
Probably realizing that might be a struggle with the Little Mac against like just how mobile Rosalina is. It could be really difficult for Little Mac to get in range, especially with that Luna right there causing all sorts of issues.
There's their taunts.
In comparison.
And once again, it looks like that Byleth... It looks like that move that Rosalina has can redirect projectiles behind her, I guess. But she is getting off a lot of quick attacks with Byleth, but again, Byleth only needs to get that one stock off. If he can manage to get her off the stage and maybe she gets another misinput, Marietta could take this win.
Let's see, already had a lot of damage. It hasn't landed a single hit onto Rosalina, which is a little okay, now it gets a big hit in.
And there's the bow. And she's trying to float over. She's lost her Luma, so there's a cooldown before she gets a new one, which it looks like she's trying to wait out for. And there it is.
Oh, it's not enough.
It seems like the Luma and the Rosalina double teaming on the Byleth is a big disadvantage for Byleth just because of how slow his attacks are.
Yeah.
So taking down that Luma first might be key to winning this matchup right here.
But the Luma does regenerate. It's not like the Ice Climbers who, once you get rid of one, the other one is very easy to get rid of.
And that's why you gotta, once you take down the Luma, take advantage of that short time that you have that it's a 1v1.
Nice up
There's
smash.
the launch. The Luma's gone, and he gets the kill with the bow.
That was impressive. These characters with like much slower attacks. It's all about timing, and like if your timing is better than their movement, then the slower, hard-hitting characters are going to succeed.
Yeah, and even it comes down to playstyle. Like, some people love playing the fast characters, and we've seen a couple examples of it, like the Sonic from earlier, where you just get some like really fast, quick hits, jumping out of range and moving in and out. But then, yes, we see these slower characters where it is about that timing, where if you can land your hits and do a ton of damage.
Looks like they're hovering over mementos. which
No.
isn't a legal stage, but I think they just like seeing that Persona 5 is in Smash.
Shout outs to all the Persona 5 fans out there. Which is Derek, of course.
Yeah, I heard Derek out there scream, "What?" I don't think he knew that it was a map in this game. Even I knew that.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it's a map in this game because Joker's in the game.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. With each DLC that came out, I think they brought a map to go with it. I mean, we can see
I think
some of it there.
one map to represent each character.
Mm-hmm.
In some characters, multiple maps.
Well, there are multiple game series in the here because you've got different Miis, so of course you have like Tamagotchi Life. But you also have like 3 different Miis, so you have like they're fighting a Min, which they have some experience with fighting due to the fact that one of our Smash players, Ainava, has just changed to become a Min main.
Okay, he almost messed up there. Yeah, because he had to take one stock off himself, but now they're ready.
And that Min just immediately wanting to guard that edge, and Min-Min's able to do that really well because of the length of the fight of the arms.
But yeah, using that range there to do a lot of damage to Byleth,
yeah. But because of Min-Min's range, there is that longer cooldown that like a zoner character might have. But Min-Min was able to knock off Byleth. Now they're playing defensively. I believe Byleth is trying to get in a way to be as far away from Min-Min as possible.
That's going to be really hard to do because Min-Min has an insane range with those arm attacks.
Yep. But with the arm lengths, the damage is very different. Like the shortest arm length, the bomb one, is the most damaging and it's the most direct hit, but they seem to be very skilled with just the roundabout and dragon, which it's kind of surprising. I have not seen a Min-Min just never change her arms before.
Seems to be working.
Yeah. Playing with pressure and not letting up and getting in a quick kick attack.
Really seems like Byleth is struggling with that range against Min-Min.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing about melee type characters. Like, if you can't counter the distance from those arm attacks, there's not much you can do. Now it's going to be up to Ginger Ale. I'm going to guess going to be bringing out the Corinth again.
Yeah, I believe that we would see another Corrin from Ginger Ale. And I believe Ginger Ale has fought a Nava's Min-Min the most.
From what I'm seeing, like you mentioned before, it looked like the Weed was trying to like make distance between himself and the Min-Min as much as possible. From what I'm seeing, it looks like the strategy would want to be closing that distance, like getting up in their face and like, because it looked like the hitbox that deals damage from Min-Min, it follows the fist.
It does follow the fist. You're absolutely right. The arms don't do any damage. So if you have a character that is very sleek and speedy, like the way that Corrin's able to say the Min-Min is punching, the Corrin can use the forward special to get in between the arm and the fist and kick forwards to possibly go through the hurt box of the fist and hit the Min-Min.
So it just makes sense to me that you would want to close that gap.
Yeah. Though again, with the shorter bomb attachment, if this Min-Min knows if this Min changes the arms to that bomb attachment, it can get really messy because that bomb attachment is very powerful, and it does have the secondary effect, if charged up, to cause paralysis.
Now, can Min change her fists, like, on the fly?
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
How many different fists are there? I never played ARMS.
There's the Dragon Fist, which is the longest, and if you change it, your primary fist to it, and you charge it up fully, it can cause a little spark of fire to come out of it. The other one that we've seen a lot is the Roundabout Fist, which, well, it'll go into kind of like a triangular formation hitting around. And then there's the Bomb Fist, which is very, very strong but very short.
Alright, so we're going to see how Ginger Ale does against Min.
Looks like Corin's going for her counters to be able to block those fist attacks. There we saw the Dragon Fire, but again, Min's going for that in-between of the arms, but it is really hard to predict how fast those arms are going to go.
It looks like even, like, with the counter, because of Min's range, it really didn't do anything.
It doesn't... It blocks the attack is the main reason why Corin was using that. And it looks like Corin was going for that up throw out of shield, which... Very, very good play.
Yeah, we're just seeing this Min doing a ton of damage. But even with trying to get in closer range, it's not having a lot of luck. Although there's a great hit there.
And it looks like Corin is trying to go for that edge guard, but again, Min's range and impressive. But there's the Dragon Fire. And spot dodging from Min, it looks like. Min going for a lot of the back throws and just trying to launch. But Corin got a back, and there's the paralysis, which launches Min. Can they... Getting that distance and getting that spike!
A great hit there. Now still down to one stock at 104%.
And there's the
that's
missed recovery.
Gonna be it for Marietta.
But that was a good match.
You know, I mean, all things considered, like, we talked before, Mount Vernon Nazarene is a really good Smash team, and they have gone to the GLEC playoffs several times and fight for the championship. The fact that they did take down several stock for Mount Vernon Nazarene is a great accomplishment for the team.
Yeah, nearly taking down 2 players both matches in the series. Shows a lot of improvement from Marietta.
But all right, so that's going to be it for now. Trying to get back into the camera here. But we do have more matches coming for you because Corey here is going to be playing with Overwatch later on. I think at what, 2 and 3 o'clock?
2 and 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So we have several matches there. Then we'll have our League of Legends match later today at 5:30, not 4. It's going to be a little bit later. So what we're going to do is, since next match is not for like 2.5 hours, we'll probably just go and take the stream down, and then we'll bring it back up just a little bit before the Overwatch match. So shout outs again to Jackie and Corey for commentating in there. So great job. Appreciate the insights. But all right, so for all the latest updates with what's going on with Marietta College Esports, please be sure to follow us here on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Shout outs again to HyperX and Over the Moon Pizza for their support. Thank you all for your follows and your subscriptions. It really does make a difference, and we hope you enjoy at least the next couple hours, and we hope to see you back in like 2 hours. So